Hey everyone, so we got a special video here going over some updates for this month in June 2021, and I'll be referencing this post from Bree that just came out the other day. One of the biggest things is that MLNET can now perform training and inferencing on ARM64 and Apple M1 devices, so that's great. That can enable platform support for mobile and embedded devices. Pretty soon we should be having training and inferencing with MLNET on mobile devices and other embedded items. There's a bit of a video showing that on this Manjaro ARM Linux distro. And there are some limitations here. Some items like TensorFlow, some time series stuff, and Onyx currently aren't supported right now. And LightGBM is only for inferencing but not training. But you can add LightGBM and Onyx support by compiling them for ARM. There's also MLNET on Blazor WebAssembly, and there's this really cool repo here, Machine Learning Baseball Prediction, which was moved to Blazor WebAssembly, and there's a demo here. Really interesting stuff if you like baseball. One of the biggest things are the model builder updates. Now most of these updates here, like config-based training, advanced data options, and consume step redesign, these are mostly available in the model builder preview, but the preview is now available to the public. So you just had to update your version of model builder to access these items. Now along with that, there's a new project templates section in the consume step. And this is really cool. So previously, before, we only had kind of the console app items where we can add to the current solution, but now we have a web API template where we can add to the solutions. It'll generate a web API for you that consumes your model. So I have to plan to add Azure functions as well as other project and apps in the future. And one of the cool items here is an improved AutoML, and they collaborated with Microsoft research teams for neural network intelligence and fast and lightweight AutoML to include in their AutoML implementation. And they did some benchmark testing here. So number of models explored, and this measures ran for 1 minute, 10 minutes, and then 30 minutes. And you see number of models explored, it greatly improved. Average timeout error rate has been reduced a good bit. Binary classification model performance, not too much on the 1 minute, but greatly improved on the 10 and 30 minutes. And let's be honest, you're not really going to be running it for 1 minute unless you need a really quick proof of concept. Multi-classification model performance has improved a bit in the 10 and 30 minute runs. Regression has improved on all runs here. And a few bug fixes. Cancellation doesn't discard current results. GPU extension failing fix. Detect CUDA versions for GPU training. Dark options, dark theme update. And kind of a little bit of insight on what they're working on next for model builder. Easier collaboration and Git support. So performance improvements, even further AutoML improvements, and options to continue training even after it's been canceled, and access to Azure ML datasets, which would be good. Every datasets within Azure ML, and you can access them within Model Builder. They had the ML.NET survey a while back, and here are some of the insights here. And the main points, small community, and some action items or next steps. Continued community efforts, such as the community conference that I help run, the community stand-up that they do live on YouTube, MLNET Discord channel, and since they mentioned that, I have created the virtual MLNET community Discord channel, and I can put a link in the description for the invite. Not much going on right now, but hopefully when more people join, we'll get some good discussions going on in there. Sharing more stories on ML.NET use cases and case studies. There's already some good ones. If we go to the ML.NET main site, scroll down a bit, read customer stories. There's quite a few customer stories on people using ML.NET in production and seeing good results. And you can even see even Microsoft products such as Power BI uses ML.NET. Alright, and it's like they plan to be active on Stack Overflow, GitHub, and all that to encourage community contributions. So insufficient deep learning support was another item that came up, and they plan on offering to consume PyTorch models in ML.NET, as well as adding a Keras-like feature to build neural networks from scratch. That would be a big one. And add additional scenarios such as more natural language processing and object detection running local and through Azure training. Some people have expressed lack of or the quality of docs and samples, so they plan to update the docs a bit more and keep the samples and docs updates a lot more frequently, and add more complicated end-to-end samples and tutorials, which hopefully I can help with that with my videos and all that. Specific scenarios not supported. Once again, back to natural language processing and object detection scenarios, and working with users to understand which scenarios and algorithms are needed within ML.NET. Some people are afraid that Microsoft will abandon it. If we all remember the XNA game engine, then that's a bit of a pain point. So they plan to get on the .NET release schedule, actively work on APIs and tooling, have a public strategy and roadmap, and having key announcements and demos within big .NET conferences. Alright, and that's pretty much it. There's a couple of getting started and other resources here. Microsoft Docs, the repos, links to the past ML.NET community conference that we had about a month or so ago, and then the community stand-up, which happens every other Wednesday, and that's live so you can interact and ask questions in there. Alright, and that's about it with this blog post. A lot of good information in here. Definitely nice to see these big updates coming, and I just can't wait to see what's coming next. And thanks for watching, and we'll see y'all next time.